background NPC. I like this one. I've seen one of her videos, and I'll be honest with you, fantastic, fantastic. She's fantastic at commentary. Brings out a lot of good points, and a lot of stuff. God damn it, that water's kicking in. All right, let's see this video.
And all of this is why I just do not understand why some developers keep getting it wrong. It really feels so simple. Yes, give us great gameplay, fun mechanics, a interesting and meaningful story, but then layer attractive, pretty characters on top of that to
Yeah,
create hype around the game, grab our
agree.
interest, and hold our attention. All of this just makes for a much more enjoyable experience. So this video is kind
I agree. I 100% agree with what you said. Yes, it is. It's not crazy to ask for what is a good gameplay mixed with attractive characters and nice design worlds. It's like, dude, these games are getting like $200 million of budget and things like that, and yet they all look like crap. They all look like they're using like they're all using what is it like Unreal 5 like dev assets that you could just buy, what is that you can buy. It's like, bro, how is that even possible?
of related to my very first video about women in games, but before we get into it, we have to acknowledge everybody that is subscribed to the channel. Wow, honestly, I don't really even know what to say. This has been such a overwhelming week in the best way, but thank you. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
to every single one of you for all of the comments and messages and just all of the support. Now,
Kind of loud. It's just fine.
let's talk about hot characters. I've always found
Oh
it
yeah,
very
let's talk about hot
interesting when I
characters.
see
Let's
some gamers
go.
say, I don't care what my character looks like, I just want a good game. And while, sure, I believe some people probably do feel that way, when you actually look around at what's successful and what's not, what resonates and what doesn't, the idea
Dude, the crazy thing is that I felt the same way about that for Stellar Blade. Is like, I know that that character is gonna be like overwhelmingly, or like, like really sexualized, right? But overall, the game's fun. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's fun. It's difficult. And what is it? It keeps me hard. It's a hard game. It's all the best things. And yeah, like, the game is literally a Souls like game, but the difference is that you don't lose XP or anything like that. That's the only thing that keeps it, what is it, off from being a Dark Souls game. But overall, like, yes, you still gotta manage your health. You gotta, what is it, you gotta pay attention to the, your combat and things like that. Like, learn the, what is it, the attack patterns and all that stuff. It's just, it is practically Souls like ish, but overall it's still there as a really fun game of Stellar Blade. But yeah, like, you could still have, what is it, good, like, what is it, it has it has all of it. It has good character designs, what is it, good level designs, what is it, interesting enemies, even though I feel like some of them are just like a little bit too difficult sometimes, but that's just me, that's sucking. um but overall, it's a good game. And I saw reviews of that game getting like sevens and sixes and things like that. I'm like, really? This game gets a six, but yet Veilguard gets a fucking nine. Okay.
that visuals don't matter, it doesn't really hold up. The second you start digging into this stuff, it's pretty clear. Visuals play a huge role in whether something hits or flops. And if they didn't, cosmetics probably wouldn't be one of the most profitable parts of the entire gaming industry. The truth is, I think most of us do care, even if it's subconsciously.
Yeah.
And
Let's
this isn't
go.
just a gaming thing, but for whatever reason, the gaming industry
Hell yeah. Was it It was her name Sylvanas and Yennefer? Oh yes, please.
seems especially confused about it because books, anime, movies, shows, we care about how the characters look. We always have. Now, just to be clear, an attractive character cannot save bad writing or bad gameplay. A great design won't make a boring game fun, and eye candy is totally pointless if there's zero
True. You know what's crazy is that there is a game out there that story completely sucks but has amazing gameplay. That's called Dying Light. Story complete ass, horrible, just bad, but gameplay unbelievably fun.
substance to back it up. And on the opposite side, it's not like a game is necessarily doomed if the characters are uninspired or unattractive. But let's be honest, we have been done dirty quite a few times at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But when it does work, when you combine great writing, a solid gameplay, and a compelling visual design, that's really when the secret sauce hits. And that's when a character truly becomes iconic. So, how important is beauty really? What can it actually be used for in storytelling? And why does it matter at all? Yes, beauty is completely subjective, but let's try
Mm-hmm.
and figure it out together. When it comes to storytelling, beauty isn't just about looking good, it's about what that beauty communicates. It's a kind of visual shorthand for personality, purpose, or the emotional tone of a character. Take Cortana from Halo. She's sleek, luminous, and kind of untouchable. Her ethereal design isn't random, it reinforces her role as an AI. She's attractive, mysterious, highly advanced, but also just slightly out of reach. Or Aerith from Final Fantasy. She's
I won't lie. Halo 4 Cortana. I won't lie. Best design Cortana that they made. Halo 3 looked good too. Don't remember Halo 2. But which is kind of funny because in Halo 1 she was like all purple and things like that. But man, Halo 4 Cortana, bro. Wood.
beautiful in this really soft, gentle way. Her design radiates hope and warmth, and you feel that when she's on screen. There's something very delicate and endearing about her that sticks with you. Then there's Eve from
I was about to I was about to say that she fucking dies. Bro, it's a 30-year-old game. If you don't know that Eric literally gets backstabbed and dies, I'm like, bro, you've been clearly living under a fucking rock.
Stellar Blade, and yeah, people definitely noticed her design pretty much immediately. She's bold, striking, and yes, super hot. But what's
Mm-hmm.
cool is that once the game launched, the gameplay actually backed it up. And okay, can we
Yes.
talk about Verso from Clair Obscur for a second? Because he is undeniably very handsome. The white hair, the posture, the somber expression.
Hell yeah, dude. He give this man like that salt and pepper type of look? Hell yeah, dude.
He's restrained, haunted, and you immediately feel like there's something deeper going on. These characters aren't designed to just be pretty, they're designed with intention. Their looks are part of their emotional blueprint, and the fact that they're attractive is what actually initially draws you in. Their looks tell you how to feel before a single line of dialogue. As humans, we are biologically wired to respond to beauty, and that's not a bad thing. So when a character's design feels off, or it doesn't match the story we're being told, that disconnect can make it way harder to emotionally connect. And this kind of visual storytelling has been around for ages. This is nothing
Yeah.
new, and it's not just in games, it's everywhere, especially in film. Taking
Mm-hmm.
a look at Lord of the Rings, think about Aragorn. Rugged, attractive, weathered, and quietly noble. His entire look reflects the burden that he carries, and you can see the weight of his past just by looking at him. Then
Absolutely.
there's Eowyn and Arwen, two beautiful women with totally different vibes. One is a warrior with conviction, the other is a very soft, ethereal queen. And their looks reflect who they are at their core. And that's what good design does. It supports the story. Alright, switching tones completely here, but I have to talk about my love for the Mummy series very quickly. Because Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz weren't just
Oh hell yeah, dude. The mummy, Brandon Fraser. Bro, yeah. Let's be honest. This is peak Brandon Fraser. Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. That man looked good. It was in those films. I think what? I think what is it? Do you technically get to see more of him, like the way how he looks? I think in the movie Tarzan, I believe. Bro, let's just dude. This man was working up. He was exercising like crazy to get that body.
very fun, flirty, iconic characters. They were extremely captivating. Their chemistry was off the charts,
No, it's not Tarzan. What was it called? George of the Jungle. That's what it was called.
and they were both ridiculously attractive, okay? But their beauty didn't just decorate the film, it amplified it. The adventure they were on, the romance, the danger. I actually love this series so much. I used to work at the Mummy roller coaster at Universal, and I may or may
Ooh, okay.
not have hearing loss in my one ear thanks to Brendan Fraser screaming for his coffee at the end of the ride. Just a little bit of NPC lore for you. So, if we know that
Wow.
beauty helps tell the story, what about when it's entirely in the player's hands? Let's talk about character customization and the literal billions being spent on it. Video game cosmetics are a multi-billion-dollar industry. In fact, media research projects that purely cosmetic in-game purchases will reach 100 billion a year by
Mm-hmm.
2028. Let that sink in for a second.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've seen how people spend money on what is it, on that game Nikkei, and I'm like, bro, I only played that game only for 2 hours. I'm like, bro, this game is predatory as shit in terms of like the monetization. Yes, the character designs unbelievably hot, sexy, all that stuff. But I'll be honest with you, this monetization, I'm like, bro, this is way too much. I play too much Warframe, dude. I play way too much Warframe and know the ins and outs, how that game is, and it's crazy to see that I try to put the same level in terms of like the monetization, the way how Warframe does it, and see the way other games do it. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna stick to Warframe because at least these guys actually really how it knows. They actually know how it is to be to be like a regular consumer instead of these other corpos that think, oh, we must have these people consumed everything of our products. These guys get it. These guys understand how it is, and that's why their fans are so loyal, to them, to Warframe, to their other projects and all that stuff. There's a reason behind it because these guys, they don't treat themselves as CEOs. They treat themselves just as everyday what is it everyday what is it people. That's literally what they do. That's why people are so loyal to them. That's why I put them in such high standard, especially the way how they monetize their game. I see everyone else, I'm like, damn, all these other games are inferior. Crazy, man.
$100 billion a year for making your character look nice. Listen, alright, I am not ashamed that I myself played a part in this pretty recently. I hadn't touched Fortnite in like 7 or 8 years, but I randomly started playing duos again over the last few months, and pretty much right after I did, I saw none other than Spike Spiegel and Faye Valentine in the shop. Yeah, I was buying up those V-Bucks pretty much
Understandable. If you're someone that's a really big fan of Cowboy Bebop, yeah. I'm not because I don't really care about him. But if you're a fan of him, I understand why.
immediately. It was just the idea of getting to play as some of the characters I love so much in a game that I've unironically been having a ton of fun with. It was almost like I had no choice here. Quick side note. Faye Valentine definitely goes on our list of amazing female characters for sure. And I must confess, I also purchased the Sabrina Carpenter skin. Her dress was just so pretty. Now on the flip side, the
It's very glittery. I won't lie.
opposite is true too. When character design fails to resonate, players clock it immediately. This is very old news at this point, but I always think about Concord. This was really the first time, at least for me, that I had seen so
I think from all the characters that I would see from these designs, the only one I would remotely like is the blue one, right? Oh, well, not the blue one, but like the greenish one with the elf ears. That's how like the closest one. I'm like, oh, she doesn't look too bad the way how she looks, but everyone else is like, bro, what in the world were they drinking to make all this? They must have been drinking pure what is it what is it pure moonshine while making these characters. It's like, bro, all this is god awful.
much public backlash about character design. And for Concord, yeah, it kind of seems like this was one
Oh
of the
my
biggest reasons
god.
that it flopped. People did not like the characters. They felt awkward, uninspired, off putting, forced. In a market full of games where the character designs are intended to be inherently beautiful, bold, attractive,
Yeah.
Concord's cast kind of looked like they were built by a committee just to check boxes. And then there's
Yep.
Starfield. This game was supposed to be massive, story rich,
Oh my god, yeah.
world expanding, but on top of just so gameplay, the one thing I kept seeing over and over again was how unappealing, bland looking, and emotionally empty the NPCs felt. They didn't
You want to know something crazy? This game came out in what 2023 or something like that. This is a 2023 game, by the way. You may think, oh, maybe this game came out like maybe like 7 or 8 years ago or 9 years ago. Maybe this came out the same year Fallout 4 and 2016 or what did Fallout 4 come out? Was it 2016? No, this game came out 2 years ago. Yep. And this is a AAA company, by the way. AAA. They spend tens and hundreds. Well, actually, I don't know, like a few $100 million on this game. Yep.
didn't draw you in or match the tone of the world for the most part. They were just generic copy paste that you didn't really want to engage with. Another game that comes to mind that I've mentioned before is Star Wars Outlaws.
Oh,
Unfortunately, both good gameplay and good character design were a miss here. And there were even moments where Kay Vess didn't look
the character doesn't look too bad. It's just everything else with the. It's just everything else with the. What it is weird though because like she just doesn't look the same and like I don't know. I feel like her face doesn't exactly like her face changes depending on the scene.
quite human, which is very
Yeah.
wild because her actress is so stunning. The blueprint
What? That's supposed to be her actress? What did they do? Oh my god. Her eyes aren't even the same place. Her eyebrows aren't even done either. Her lips are flat as fuck. Well, compared to the actual person, her lips. What is it? The actual actress like lips look full. What is it? What they do? This is supposed to be based on her, and this is the result. Wow. How do they do that? How do you do that? How do you mess up a side by side photo of like, oh, this is what we're gonna make, and then they're like, oh, here we go. Now this is supposed to be the upgrade. I'm like, bro, you downgraded her significantly. You might as well now have used an actual person that you're supposed to be modeling for this game. Because you basically created a unique looking character that I personally believe was completely pointless of hiring the person who you're supposed to be what is it copying her face and implementing onto this character.
was right there,
Oh,
but for some reason, I guess they
oh my god, dude, she's hot.
couldn't make a character design that did her justice. And the disconnect across all of these examples is important to note because it's not just about realism, it's about relatability. Games are probably the biggest
Yeah.
storytelling medium, and a character's design should invite you into the story. People want to feel something when they look at a character: excitement, admiration, curiosity. And when what you're looking at feels flat, awkward, or overly ordinary, like someone you just pass by on the street, it breaks the fantasy. And that desire for your character to look attractive and appealing, it starts even before the actual game begins. Take Baldur's Gate 3, for
Yeah.
example. According to Larian, players collectively spent over 8,000 years just in the character creator. That's like 16% of the game's total playtime before even starting the game. And yes,
Oh, bro, yeah. I spent. There have been some games I spend like literally 2 hours designing the character because I want the character to look good. Uh, I've done that a few times. Yeah, hands down.
did contribute to that. Because to
Yeah.
me, character aesthetics are just part of the immersion. They're part of what makes an incredible game. They help me feel more emotionally anchored in the world and make for a way more enjoyable experience. And this goes for both male and female characters alike. Even in Red Dead Redemption 2, I loved getting to change Arthur's hair, his beard, and outfits, and I'm just so glad we got to
Mm-hmm.
do that because I really felt like I could reflect where he was at mentally and emotionally. That small touch made him feel a lot more real. Now,
True.
switching gears for a quick moment,
True. Arthur's character, he's great. The guy that played him absolutely did a phenomenal job portraying the art like the what is it, Arthur Morgan. Absolutely amazing.
bear with me here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and out myself for a second. I love a good romantasy book. Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
I know,
absolutely.
but before you roll your eyes and you click off the video, please just hear me out. This genre includes some of the best
Hey man, what is it? What is I've seen all the movies of 50 Shades of Grey from start to finish. I've seen all of them. So yeah, girl, I know what you mean. What is it? It's literally a smut softcore film, just without any of the crazy stuff in it. Which to me, I'm thinking, what was the point of them making a movie? Like truly, what was the point?
best-selling books on the market. You maybe have heard of series like Throne of Glass or Akatar, and the characters in these
No.
stories are described with this enchanted, ethereal kind of beauty. It's dramatic, it's swoony, it's meant to sweep you off your feet, and that's part of the fantasy. It's
Mm.
part of the immersion. There's even one fan favorite image of a certain Akatar character that went viral, and for many fans, That's basically canon now. Godspeed to whatever casting director has to
Damn.
find that guy in the real world. They
Oh, dude, I feel like I've seen a dude like that before.
will come for you. The exact same thing
For real.
happens in anime and animation, sometimes even more intensely. These characters are designed from the ground up to be visually appealing. Their looks are exaggerated, idealized, sometimes maybe a little too much, but we love them for it. And there's a reason that certain characters dominate cosplay every con season, or why fans
Mm-hmm.
fight over who's best girl or best boy with genuine passion.
Really, Ria's Gummery as best girl, really. Actually, understandable why.
Even in the VTuber space, visual design is everything. And there's a reason
Smugalana, really? Actually, understandable. Her character is pretty banging, to be honest.
VTubers put so much effort into their appearance, and people can completely fall in love with them before they ever even hear their voice. The look, the aesthetic, the vibe, it all is meant to draw people in. The design is the hook. All of this is so important because when a character looks the way they're supposed to feel, that's when the magic happens. That's when people get protective. That's when a fandom really forms. Piggybacking off of all of
True.
that, I'd like to touch on something very quickly that gets brought up a lot in conversations like this. And that's the idea that it's just gamers that are the ones who care way too much about a character's appearance. That it's just gamers who have
No.
this problem. Like the second someone doesn't like a design, it's suddenly gamers are just toxic and you just need to get over it. But based on everything that I've said thus far, honestly, I do not think that's fair because this is a thing across every genre.
No, like, it's not just gamers. This is literally just, what is it? It's not just gamers in general. This is just like artistic mediums and things. Like, that's the thing. It's like, people need to remember that at the end of the day, a lot of this is art as well. Even though I think places like I think it's Germany don't view video games as art, but it absolutely is. The way how characters are crafted, and the worlds are crafted, stories are crafted, it takes what is art, what is it? It takes artistry to do all these things. It takes imagination, creativity to do any and all of the to all of to do was it to do all of this stuff to begin with. You can't have someone that just was it that just flings shit on the wall and think, oh, that's well. I mean, if you're talking about like a modern French artist, and sure, but throwing shit on the wall, then it sticks. Yeah, you're gonna get someone who's gonna be like, oh my god, this is $1 billion. But realistically, really, at the end of the day, this is all art, and people who want to cosplay the characters and things like that. Hell, maybe even the people who cosplay some of these characters don't even know or don't even play the games, and they just would rather cosplay or play as the characters, draw for the characters, but never play their games and such. And it's fine. It's understandable. Does that mean that they're a hater, or that they are, you know, a gamer of some sort for not liking or whatever? Was it for this one thing? I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know, man. I mean, just saying gamers in general is like, nah, man. Like, you can't just generalize like that, because it's just not fair. And there could be people that could be a little too much. Sure, I can agree. But to generalize as a whole, nah, man. There's just the community is way too big to say it's just all gamers. Nah, man.
Every medium, everybody wants well-designed, fun, good-looking, beautiful, charismatic
Yep.
characters. It's how we're wired, and it's why certain characters instantly spark hype online or can aid in tanking a release before it's even out of the oven. Yes, I'm looking at you, Intergalactic. Now,
Oh,
again,
that's what that
I am
game's
not
called.
saying every character in a game needs to look like a supermodel.
Bro, that's just a generic ass name, Intergalactic. Bro, I don't even remember what that game was called, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna forget it like tomorrow.
But what I am so tired of seeing is
Oh, Bayonetta would.
characters intentionally designed to be less appealing. When the people making the decisions nerf a character's looks in a way that has nothing to do with their actual background or story, they just do it just because, it really makes no sense. It creates unnecessary dissonance, and it pulls people out of the fantasy instead of drawing them in. My last note on this here is just think about celebrities. Think about how people respond to celebrities, whether they're singers or actors. How they look Their
Mm-hmm.
appearance is always part of the conversation, and so many times you could easily say it even contributes to their success. Even when it technically has nothing to do with what they're known for, it somehow still does, because that's just how humans respond to other humans. We're made that way. We notice, we connect, we feel, and what we see at the first glance is the very first step of that. So, of course,
Old Ezio. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Ezio and Assassin's Creed 2. Awesome game.
course, while beauty is not everything, and it's certainly not a substitute for good writing, gameplay, or mechanics, it's so often our very first impression, and usually it's the first thing that really captures our attention,
Mm-hmm.
lets us know what a character is about, and makes us care. And this is something that has always mattered and will always matter, regardless of the medium being used to tell the story. And all of this is why I just do not understand why some developers keep getting it wrong. It really feels so simple. Yeah,
Something tells me that this was the post edit of this. Like I'm pretty sure she watched back what she said, and she's like, "Oh, I can add this. I can add more to this." And I know this because I've done the same.
yes, give us great gameplay, fun mechanics, a interesting and meaningful story, but then layer attractive, pretty characters on top of
Mm-hmm.
that to create hype around the game, grab our interest, and hold our attention. All of this just makes for a much more enjoyable experience. For developers who are passionate about the projects that they're making and they're doing it for the right reasons, odds are this is probably already all included. So it really is a guaranteed formula for success. And they're shooting themselves in the foot if the very first thing that we see is a bland, boring, or just unappealing protagonist or cast of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the outfit jump scare. This is editor NPC here, and I was
There it
watching
is.
this back through and wanted to make
There it is. Told you. Told you.
sure I just clarified this point really well at the end. All right, I'll see myself out. Okay, thank you so much to those who made it to the end of this video. I'm genuinely so glad that you were here. Like I said at the start, this past week has been a bit of a whirlwind. I just want to say
Yeah.
I appreciate everyone and your support so much. I still really can't wrap my head around everything that's happening, but I'm just gonna be here doing my thing like I was already planning to do. So thank you
Mm-hmm.
again for being a part of this YouTube journey with me.
Amazing, bro. Yeah, like she's right, you know, because it's just like I think no matter what, there's always going to be, if your main focus is to purposely, destroy a character's design, because you saw the way how the one girl looked like in Outlaws. It's like, dude, she looks nothing to the person who they designed her from. She looks nothing the actors that they use. It's practically a unique looking character. Look what they done with Eve with Stellar Blade, looking exactly like the actor that they use. And then you see the one for and then you see for was it for Outlaws, Eve looks exactly the actress that they used, while Outlaws does not. It's literally a massive difference. It's insanity. Hey man, you know, here's the thing. I think that the point that should have been brought up, what kind of, I mean, would it really made a difference? Probably not. But I think that the other point too is that if gamers only wanted just these sexy, smut looking games and things like that, if that was true, then how come these adult games aren't massively successful? You gotta ask yourself that. I've seen. Here's the thing. There's a reason why I don't show like on stream or anything like that. Like my what is it? My like the store on Steam, because I have the what is it to show the adult games, and I see some of them. I'm like okay, this looks all right. This looks cool. This looks whatever. But the thing about it is that those only get like tens of views and or reviews, and that's it. But realistically thinking, these games you would highly expect with the mind thinking, oh, gamers just want exclusively sexy characters and that's it. While these smut games do deliver that, right? But the thing about it is that these aren't being bought by the masses. They're really not. So it disproves the point that gamers only want just sex characters and that's it. It's like, nah, man. Like, yeah, what is it? People like attractive, hot, sexy, and all that stuff. Of course, But that's not the only thing gamers care about. And if you have the belief that that's what gamers exclusively care about, then you clearly know nothing about gaming. You know nothing. And you refuse to know anything because you would rather bury your head in the sand telling yourself you're right, you're right, you're right, everyone else is wrong. Keep doing that, man, then you'll be the one putting the fries in the bag. Anyway.